going to be a bad night for them.
All right, well, a lot of pressure riding on just the first map here as we get ready to go into Lijiang Tower for the first time in this tournament. Has been the one evading us here thus far, but we finally can say that we have checked off all of the control maps here on the list as we get ready to load up for the first one and see where we'll be starting off on Lijiang. But this has been the big match to look forward to throughout the week. Runaway starting things off yet again. That was an exciting one, but this is going to be a great note to go out on, we hope, as long as KongDoo can bounce back from that first series. It's going to be Night Market to start things off. KongDoo, again, long-standing organization. Fans have been backing them for a very long time, even with all the roster swaps coming through, with multiple players shifting over to the London Spitfire.
That's right.
And now Dallas Field.
Well, Achilios, it's time to watch XC here on the McCree. They've got a similar setup here with him, with the double tank. Obviously not going to be running the Orisa on this particular section of Lijiang. Same with Panthera, not going to be running quad tank here. That's going to be safe for control tower, as Youngjin is now on the Sombra. It's a Sombra battle starting things off, but XC bursting down the tanks here. They have more consistent DPS with this McCree, and it's looking really good for Mystic so far.
The first one to fall is going to be Ding's mech. And then Rappel goes down. They trade that one back, but Changshik and Ding both going to get punished, and this looks like Element Mystic should be able to get a very fast cap. Flashbang in. Jexy finds the kill with a boom.
They don't run, interestingly enough, they don't run the Zenyatta with this, but he is able to do consistent damage and kill the tanks. However, Luffy coming back with this Coalescence. They're trying to make a case for a point flip.
Yeah, Decay finds that pulse bomb in there, but I think maybe on the recall actually got taken down, or maybe just from the explosion itself killed himself. Not entirely certain what had happened there. Rappel now with that Coalescence holding onto it here for the moment. Might need to pop it as the point has still, I was gonna say has not been capped, but just now goes over to the side of Element Mystic as Koma gets pooped back out of their tanks. Gonna be respawning. KongDoo gonna be gathering themselves as they retreat back towards the spawn.
XC died. That was when they lost control of the point. The entire focus of Element Mystic on control today and on Nepal was to protect XC to do damage so he could burst the tanks. Last time in a more defensive setup, but he broke through the tanks. When he died, they lost control.
Down. Sound barrier comes out, trying to stay in the fight, but Jexy's gonna go ahead and throws in their own sound barrier, and they still have that Coalescence ready to go. Rappel's gonna use it to try to keep them in the fight. As this angry Winston comes over the side, Changshik looking for the smack off the map there. Doesn't find anybody, however, but the flip comes through.
Again, more ult efficiency here for Element Mystic as well. They do get the flip, the positional advantage they had. XC not having the protection this time. Does end up getting taken out.
He throws down that pulse bomb, finds Jexy. This kites his way straight over on top of that one as Rappel tries to kite back, and this is going to be the reset here for Element Mystic as KongDoo starts accruing some points.
Remember, Changshik, the weaker of the two tank players on the Winston, but we'll be starting here because it's Lijiang, because on Control Tower you can run that quad tank that we see so often. Guard, best EMPs of the tournament so far. Let's see the first one. Pretty solid.
Another one, multiple members getting caught out by that one, and Changshik will go down. Ding popped out of the mech immediately, and this could be a very swift flip here over to the side of Element Mystic. Deadeye ready to go for XC. Should he need to use it, would love to hold on to that one, and he's just gonna find Decay, trying to make his way out of the point. Won't be able to do so. And a very odd use of the Coalescence here from Luffy.
Very late, and it looked like he wanted to just burst down XC, who gets out of LOS there behind the wall.
Absolutely poor, you would have to say.
Yeah, that was a big waste.
Yeah, choking a bit too trigger happy perhaps, no matter what it is. It still doesn't look good for Luffy, but now he's going to be building up for another one as Dako and Pugpo both have been taken down. XC is trying to fight over the point, but has to kite his way back.
Can't do much alone.
Corner will go ahead, get himself out of there. They're holding on, just trying to build up as much as they can, but it could just be another swift flip going back over to KongDoo Panthera. Yeah, the kills come in. 4 members dead. Element Mystic will lose out on this one. They don't gain that much.
Unfortunately, Rappel, it didn't do as much of the Coalescence as he was looking for to at the end there. I wouldn't say it was definitely better than Luffy's last one, but that's really unfortunate. They don't have it for the retake. They have the opportunity to use these tanks to again get XC into position, but that's the struggle. That's where Panthera is building this control meter during the interim as they try to approach. Good angle here, actually. They're going to flank with Decay and the sound barrier.
Throws in that pulse bomb, doesn't find anything, and the Deadeye comes in, just barely finds Youngjin right on the last second of that one. Lucio tries to get away, but XC follows up, gets the double kill there as Coma goes down, flashbang in onto the Winston, one headshot. The Primal Rage yet again gonna get popped. That's gonna trigger the sound barrier out from Jexy. They've already lost out on guard, but now he's gonna be respawning, coming back in, and has the EMP ready to go. A near cap halfway there for Element Mystic, but they need to get that finalized because KongDoo is just about to hit 90%.
XC can't get onto the point. Unfortunately, he's taken out, and that's the crux of this composition. They can't take this now.
That comes through. Both healers dead as guard does some serious work.
I take it
with
back.
That Sombra rips them apart. EMP thrown in by Youngjin, but looking like a bit of a waste. They're still managing to hold on here. They ride it out into OT, but now Element Mystic are going to be in control.
Okay, guard is able to do a lot of damage there. The EMP buying time there, getting the flip, but they still don't really have control. They had the control point flipped, but they don't have control of the point. XC switched to the Tracer, he's taken out, and KongDoo Panthera looks like they're gonna win this first map.
Yeah, it is looking that way as XC and Jexy both go down. No one really there. The tag in, they do it momentarily there from Repel to Lucio. Trying to get back in, will just be getting moved out. As they try to get this one in contention in time for Popo to rejoin the squad. Attack coming down, Decay manages to get the recall off, however in time he'll get punished by Popo at the end. Ding can just zone everybody out of here with the self-destruct should it be needed. Taggin comes through, Element trying to do what they can, but it's going to be 2 members alive or dead. They will have to lose this one. Night Market goes the way of KongDoo Panthera.
Very well played to identify early. Same strategy that we saw on the Paul, and try to isolate XC, harass him, poke him. Guard had that incredible double kill into the EMP where he built so much charge, forced everyone off the point because there was a chance he could get more. He got the flip there, but control was never taken. Sure, in terms of the in-game control meter, they did flip it blue, but there was just not any way for XC to get back on the point as McCree switched to Tracer, got picked again. And this is Control Tower. This is why KongDoo Panthera has the highest win rate on Control in this tournament and why they are undefeated on this map in 2018. They're really good with Youngjin because he's an ex, Roadhog main, an ex-sub tank. They run this quad tank composition very well. Element Mystic is going to have a hard time breaking through, especially when they're not running the McCree here.
Popo's up to the top side here, just zapping away whatever he can get. It's down on the ground. Point unlocking in 10 seconds. So far, no one falling on either side, but Ding gonna get popped out of the mech, so a decent start, but Repel will go down on the side of Element Mystic, not able to stay alive. You hear that hook come through. Don't see any kills on the board. There's one as Dako just get knocked out of the mech, and Jexy goes down as Chungsik just keeps swinging his way to victory. Gets the hit there onto the Winston. He'll jump over onto the side. Popo tries to stay alive, will get top back up, but point gets capped here by KongDoo Panthera. Start things off on the right foot.
Too much sustainability. Look at the double the support charge on the side of KongDoo Panthera because they have all this healing coming through. Sustainability is so hard to break with the composition of Element Mystic. The only way they could do it is with an EMP or a kill onto Luffy. He did die in that last fight, but did enough healing before doing so. It didn't matter. Overextension here, though, perhaps, for Panthera.
Well, that's going to be the EMP coming down there from guard. They find 2 as Lovey and Youngjin both go down. Chungsik as well. The tank line just being shattered, and now no supports available. Guard picks up another double. Popo, he's going to get knocked out off the map there. Didn't want to invest the Primal Rage just to leap back in. Knew that his team had this one in hand. They will be able to get the flip. He'll be able to rejoin, and now he's got that ultimate ready to go for the next push.
The hack onto Chungsik made him a walking ult feeder, and he couldn't use his Earth Shatter. He got stuck out there. KongDoo Panthera, this comp is really good at gatekeeping, at keeping everyone in the spawn because you have so much sustainability, you stop them from coming to the choke point. But when a hack comes through a huge EMP like that, then you're kind of overextended. You just get wiped like that, so a little bit unfortunate.
Well, sound barrier's out from Coma, tosses that one in. Repel does have that transcendence should he need to use it. Earth Shatter! It catches everybody! Chungsik, are you kidding me? I am the Kaiser coming back for another stomp in, just knocks them all down, takes them out. Element Mystic didn't see it coming.
Let's not forget the matchup between Kaiser and Chungsik in the semifinals of the Season 2 Apex, the Season 2 of Apex. Was one of the most memorable matches, one of the most memorable semifinals of Apex ever. He's a great Reinhardt. That's why they're starting him here.
Absolutely stellar. Now more kills coming through. Repel and Jexy taken out of the fight. Self-destruct, whole hog, take the flip, everybody's dead. They do need the flip. They're still ticking up here for Element Mystic. Have not been able to get him. The kills are still coming forward, and KongDoo Panthera are looking dominant off the backside of that Earth Shatter.
This is their best section of their best map. This is their composition. They even ran on Hybrid on King's Row. This is Changshik's playground. This is what he likes to do. This is what he was famous for on Meta Athena. Guard gets another huge EMP though. This might break through the comp. Again, I feel like KongDoo Panthera should play around this a little bit better. All it takes is one EMP and all the tanks are worthless and they just get shut down. Thought they would have learned from the last time, but apparently not.
Yeah, they are getting ripped apart here. Luffy nearly goes down, has that bait just in time to keep himself alive. Pulse bomb ready to go from Xe, and Guard yet again is just fragging out of control. The number of last hits that he is getting. One of the members of KongDoo Panthera. Interesting to see that stat as they move forward here through the tournament.
The other struggle for Panthera now, they got an amazing Earthshatter last time, but approaching this point is very difficult. I don't think Element Mystic is going to give them that same opportunity again. Notice how they're split. Only D.Va at the front. Sound barrier early. They were scared of the Shatter. They're going to look to bring the fight to the Reinhardt. Look, he doesn't have a good one.
Yeah, throws it in, still catches multiple members, but the Transcendence is there to go ahead and absorb all of the damage so no one will die, and they pour over on the Changshik. Great reaction here from Element Mystic, truly learning from their past mistakes, and now they have everybody shoved back. They have to tag into the point. They don't do it.
Nope, they cannot. They are shut down. That's going to bring us to a third point here. KongDoo Panthera running their best composition on this map, their best section of Lijiang Tower. Now they're the closest they've ever been to losing this map in 2018. They played it so many times in the Team Story Cup. That's where those stats come from, of course, an online tournament even. But this is what they love this map, this type. They controlled with the healing. They had a great setup. Changshik, Eye of the Kaiser-esque Earthshatter there, reminiscent of the semifinals of Apex Season 2. But it didn't matter when they tried to gatekeep, overextended, and got 6-man EMP twice. They couldn't flip the point. Too slow. The counter was there for Element Mystic to the Earthshatter. They had both support ultimates ready to counter it. They positioned better, didn't find their targets. So now they have to go back to a weaker composition, for them anyways.
Xe gonna be using the Widowmaker here, finds the K. Are you kidding me? What a shot. Right as he pops out, takes him out as soon as he comes around the bend. K eliminated Xe, hunting yet again. Gonna go ahead and take a nice little look over towards the spawn room. Doesn't find anything, and Youngjin has been burned down. Guard just beating him as far as that ult meter is concerned. 63% ready to go for that EMP. Repel falls, but the res is there. You go ahead and bring it back, and Pokpo has one of the fastest primal rages that I have seen in quite some time. Self-destruct in. Nope. Yeah, I want to go back around the corner for that one there. Pokpo just keeps himself alive right as he gets hacked out, but he is not going to go down. First cap comes through for Element Mystic.
Okay, Infrasight used here for Xe. KongDoo Panthera going to sit it out for now. Not going to waste feeding more ult charge, more kills. As it does fade away here, you can see they're going to make an approach in just a moment. Here they come. Decay to lead the charge. Decay hyped up so much for this tournament, just has not performed though, as Xe just again is under no duress. Good setup here to protect him. This is what Element Mystic does so well on control, is just making space for this player. Usually on the McCree, but now on Lijiang. He's also making waves now on the Widow.
This finds another one.
No one can even touch this guy because the tank setup is so good. And Panthera, when they get these staggered kills, they can't come in as a 4-man, can't come in as a 5-man, it needs to be 6. And when he keeps getting these kills, they can't even make an approach. EMP, nowhere near ready for Youngjin. He's been building it for so long. That would be one way they could break that tank line on the bridge. But it looks like Element Mystic is just on another level.
Yeah, still fishing for shots there as Xe gets the kill there on the Decay. Right as that sound barrier comes through. He's going to be out of the fight. Now firing away. Changshik going to jump forward. A D.Va bomb comes in off screen. Nako finds 2.
This
Absolutely
is a total outclassing.
Beautiful. Yeah, KongDoo Panthera just looked completely lost. The res comes in here for Repel, so not even going to have to wait for him. Res is going to come back up pretty much just in time with KongDoo Panthera's next push. And Xe is just keeping everybody as contained as humanly possible.
Yeah. KongDoo Panthera used the sound barrier and the coalesce. The sound barrier was their approach tactic to survive through the headshots. Not the D.Va, not the Winston, but a sound barrier. Totally failed. They lost the Tracer. Here's the EMP attempt. Doesn't hit everybody. They need to capitalize on this right now. This map's
get
over.
A couple people though. That sets up for Pokemon to go down. Couldn't use the primal range, the pulse bomb. Does manage to finish him off, and Xe is there with the res to bring him back into the fight. But now Guard's going to go down with that EMP. But Xe is still just cleaning up. The K goes down. Youngjin's gone. No DPS left here for KongDoo Panthera, and the Primal Raging Winston's just going to be trading back and forth here on the healers as Coma and Repel go down. But Lumpy's out of the fight. No Coalescence, KongDoo. It's OT now, and Chungshik's going to die. Element Mystic might just be able to take Lijiang Tower.
Looks that way. It's just too much damage here now. As you say, actually removing the DPSs, they've got the longer sustained damage.
No wall riding available for Coma. He's gonna zip around to the side. He gets taken down. No delays, and Element Mystic will take the first map in this series.
They look so strong right now with XE. Whether it's the McCree they're protecting, whether it's the Widow, he's getting the job done. On the McCree, his targets are the tanks. He breaks through and kills them. When he's up against a different composition, against the 2-2-2, the dive, his targets with the Widow are the squishies. He made the Tracer of Decay totally worthless, never able to approach, never able to threaten him. They had full line of sight every time with the tanks there, and even when we saw the engage with Youngjin's EMP, didn't hit everybody, and we had good defensive ultimates used with the Winston coming out to trade, and Guard has been the better Sombra. He's getting these kills when it matters. And unfortunately for KongDoo Panthera, they're just still not yet on the same page. It's been a long, frustrating tournament for them now in their 5th game. Their first loss this year on Lijiang Tower, their best control map, their 2nd loss on control, the map type. They're now 6-2 on this map. And it's time to bring Roar back in, I'd say, because Chungshik, as great as he is on the Reinhardt for control, on control tower especially, Roar is by far the better Winston. Would have made the dive onto XZ's Widow much easier to coordinate.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends a little bit here on what map they want to go for Hybrid. This will be KongDoo Panthera's map selection. If they wanted to go for something like the King's Row, I could see you keeping Chungshik in so that he can run the Reinhardt. Don't really see the Winston that much street phase every now and then, but Foundry, that shield is able to block pretty much the entire path.
I like this. So I'm watching Element Mystic in America, I guess is what that says. Like maybe it's implying Shanghai Dragons want to pick him up. There's a sad Fearless drawing down there at the bottom as well. It says Element Mystic's amazing, that's what this sign says. The drawing, there's a repel sign hidden back there, a bonus sign on this camera shot.
Plenty of fan signs out here tonight for this squad. Some good ones for KongDoo. I like that look, it's good.
It is pretty cool.
I feel like he's supposed to have like a mouse in his hand or something. Kind of looks like he's like playing the game, but
okay, it's basically just KongDoo Panthera, be quiet. Winning is the greatest thing, as it says out there at the bottom. Kind of a tough one to translate. I guess it's a pun on the player's name. Oh my God, punched out.
We need to get a center shot. Is that supposed to be? I'm not really good with The Simpsons, but it looks like that one kid.
Yeah, that one kid for sure. That one guy, yeah, he's the one.
I honestly
it's pretty creative sign though.
Out of all the TV shows I've watched, The Simpsons is one that I did not frequent very much, so I don't remember that character's name. I feel a bit bad now. I'm sure that's somebody in the chat is gonna know that.
It says Cutie's cute because he's cute, basically is what that sign said. Maybe his name's Cutie, I don't know. Maybe that's what his Korean name is.
A bit redundant.
So,
but, you know,
there's that repel sign, Element Mystic sign with all the players. It's actually pretty unique drawing there. Guy on the second guy there, I'm guessing that's supposed to be Sparkle. Looks pretty scary with the sword. Here's that repel sign. Ooh, cool, showing the skin there, the turban. I guess that's a turban. That's a turban, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
I don't know if that's actually technically a turban. But
it's
the Sultan hat from from Aladdin or whatever.
Yeah, what he rides in on.
Yeah.
And they do the whole dance number and
don't move the sign too much or we can't judge it and say it's good or bad. All right, it's pretty good. It's got the Element Mystic logo with the E and the M, which are both the same, which is pretty cool.
Interesting style, having the letters kind of overlap each other there.
So Decay fan says, I am very impressed by Decay's skill. That's what that sign says.
I'm impressed by his skill to get headshot coming around the corner. XE just read him like a book, and
that's a risky sign there.
Yeah, that's a rare one.
It says Kiona Ikija. I don't know the
that sign is actually so meta They even drew the Contenders logo on the banner that he's holding.
So it basically says Fearless is watching from America, checking out Element Mystic. He's obviously the ex-Element Mystic player that was just recently picked up by the Shanghai Dragons. He's like, well, this team seems to be suddenly on the rise. Our team, even after I've joined, has not had any success yet. That's why he's got the sad face going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
maybe Shanghai Dragons should just buy all of them Element Mystic.
You know, I think they might have a better time with that.
Yeah, might work out if they're all old enough.
Yeah, they're not, all of them, unfortunately. But
so,
hey.
Can't do that. That can't be your big move.
Nope. I think that team definitely needs...
racking up those wins. Oh, okay.
So we're going to have Sparkle subbed in here.
Well, we're going to have Guard out, which is a bit interesting. Guard was doing a wonderful job with the Sombra.
Well, that tells us a lot about strategy already. It means that we're going to be seeing more Genji dive and less Sombra in general. And this we already knew was going to happen.
Yeah,
because
this was the obvious one.
Yeah.
Sparkle coming in was a little bit more questionable.
Roar is the better Winston player. Changshik, the Reinhardt specialist back in the Meta Athena days. Rival of Kaiser from that moment we were discussing earlier. But Roar, see if he can make the dive a little bit better, because the attempts to kill XC on Lijiang were a failure. Not going to be looking for long-range hit scan to kill this time, though, on the Winston because of the Sparkle swap out. I think there's a high chance that we do see a switch back when we go into the Assault map later on, a switch back to Guard, but for the moment being, just going to be playing him on our hybrid map. Numbani was the favored pick that KongDoo Panthera said they like to play most on hybrid. However, they played King's Row last time. We are going to Numbani, so already showing us some flexibility. Last time on King's Row, they tried to run the triple tank and the quad tank on attack on King's Row to break through. They were able to take point A, but not go much further than that in their matchup against Metabellum. But on Numbani, we're going to see Youngjin probably get to pull out either the McCree or the Soldier. Long-range hit scan was his other strength when they were not running the triple or quad tank. Obviously, he's still flexing onto the DPS. He was a sub-tank player, a Roadhog player. And back in the old KongDoo Panthera days where they were able to reach the Season 3 finals against Lunatic High, Luffy would often flex the Soldier on this map in triple DPS compositions. I don't think we'll be seeing that in today's meta. That's not really common. You need to have both healers or you just be out-sustained in the tank war. Yeah. As the Winston and Diva play evolved, you just can't win that battle if you only have one healer, even if you have a DPS. We learned that yesterday. We watched the triple DPS attempt on Nepal. So I'm thinking the switch for Sparkle here against probably long-range hit scan could be the way to go, to use Genji rather than the Sombra.
Well, we'll see if that one's going to play out for them. Sparkle, seen him already in their first match. Very young player coming into this one. As these guys get set up and ready to go on Numbani. It's already a bad look, however, for KongDoo Panthera. Lijiang Tower, the most dominant map. They do suffer the loss.
Look at this setup. It is going to be XC again on the Widow. And this is going to be an Orisa setup, similar to what we saw on the Paul, actually, with Sparkle on the Junkrat to help peel. They have Torbjorn in here as well. Very difficult to break, especially for rookie Youngjin, who's, again, still making that transition to the Genji. But look at this. It's going to be that same Pharah Mercy comp. Unfortunately, though, there is long-range hit scan against this. There's a turret to help deal with the Genji dive as well. This is not going to be as successful as what we saw earlier from World Games Star. The same strategy they showed in that opening match. Adapted here by Panthera, but hey, found an angle on the turret.
Yeah, that one gotta go down rather, as Decay takes a shot from XC. Not enough to finish him off, however, and Sparky's gonna die. They get the pop onto Ding, they take down Roar. Luffy's gotta get in range to try to go for that res, but Sparky just finds two with a satchel charge. Takes him out. Repel gonna be punished. Does hurt them quite a bit because the Torbjorn's not gonna be building up, but look at where this Pharah and this Mercy are at. They're gonna try to wrap all the way around the back side.
Are we calling him Sparky now?
I just realized that I was doing it. Sparkle. Thank you for calling me out on that.
I was like, was I wrong the whole time? Like, because it's actually up to interpretation whether that's an I or an L.
No, sometimes Achilios just gets a bit silly.
That's okay.
Sparkle indeed. Popo pushing forward here. As Dako goes up into the sky, tries to get rid of Luffy. Would be a major pick for them. Can't get it. Repel yet again loses out onto that turret, but he's still going to be alive. And now Popo is going to go down. The boot from Coma, enough to take him out. Dako gets back into the mech.
I don't know how Sparkle got that kill, but they need to. They weren't unable to win this point before the Molten Core is up. So the next push is going to be the hardest one for Panthera if they don't take it now, and I think they've already lost their chance. Decay gets the kill to XC and even uses. Oh man, that's an egregious ult waste right there.
Yeah,
that might be the worst one of the night so far. That is not what you want to do. They're probably going to make a switch. Okay, switches over to the Tracer, but Molten Core. You almost never get to see this at this level of play in Korea where Molten Core is actually gotten. If you get a Molten Core, it's the biggest win ever for Torbjorn. You feel like even if you lose with the Molten Core, you did everything you were hoping for. You have so much time to buy with that. Youngjin, he has a Dragon Blade, but he gets a Molten Core turret with good placement. He's going to really be hard-pressed to find the damage.
Ult coming through, just going to be dragging that Winston back in. Riptire comes through, immediately pops Sting out of the mech, and XC is there to pick up the kill on the Baby Diva. Repel here, Molten Core popped. It's going to be burning down, they get rid of Roar. Coma's dead. And Element Mystic.
Cool focus as well onto Ding, because he was the most realistic way to mitigate the turret damage with the Diva. Obviously, the bubble from Roar is one way you could do it. Didn't last very long. He had to use his Primal Rage. Totally shut down here. Molten Core, fantastically successful. Good usage of the Riptire.
Roar goes low, but they heal him back up. Coma does have that sound barrier. Whether or not that's going to be enough to save them is going to be the question here, as actually gets jumped on looking for the Tracer. Very close range battle. Now shifts over, finds Youngjin. Diva Bomb takes out Luffy. KongDoo Panthera. They invest the sound barrier. They invest quite a bit. They invest their lives. And they're going to come up shortchanged.
And again, Repel close to a Molten Core means if he gets a Molten Core, that's a full hold. They have to make this next push work somehow, and I think Ding is going to be the crux. He's got self-destruct so he can remech. He's going to have to set this up to make sure the Dragon Blade get value. Eliminate the turret, then they can win the fight. Easier said than done, so they got one last shot. Youngjin's already dead!
Dako just finds them, Repel. His turret will go down, but it doesn't even matter. Roar is out of the fight. There's no mercy here for KongDoo Panthera to try to bring him back in. Self-destruct does manage to get XC. A major sigh of relief, but yeah, that breath is going to be, that sigh is going to be cut short as Luffy just dies in the satchel charge. Riptire is rezzed back in.
Riptire is here to help finish off any stragglers as well. Molten Core not required. Blowing everybody up. Panthera with the sloppy attack. The Torbjorn defense will hold here.
Thing's gone. Riptire is just going to come out to go ahead and stop anybody trying to push in. Leap comes through and Roar goes down.
Molten Core 2, totally full held here. Panthera. The losing streak continues here. One map away from going down in this series. Well, assuming Element Mystic, takes one tick on this point.
Yeah, I mean, what a bold claim that would be, Wolf. Good God. I mean, this is just...
It's a stomp. And XZ seems to be the best long-range hit scan player, whether it is the Widowmaker or the McCree or the Soldier. The guy is killing it. He's outdoing Climax from yesterday and more competitive series here against world-class players on the side of KongDoo Panthera. I'm talking about some of these players have seen tougher opponents in Element Mystic in Apex, but they still are struggling.
I mean, that's exactly the matchup I was about to mention that I really want to see now at this point after that performance there from XC is him versus Climax to see who can be the Widow God. Because so far, it's a bit of a toss-up between those two.
Sparkle's peel as well. His targeting of the... Yeah, it says DPS.
Yeah, I wanted to cut you off, sorry. And just say, that's a really neat touch to the jersey there, to have the DPS on the collar.
Yeah, they actually...
roll swap, and you got to print new ones.
They have some... They did a photo shoot a while back I saw on Facebook where they had a bunch of different shirt ideas that they were looking at, and they all had the roles listed. But Sparkle's peel there with the Riptire was just amazing. He killed Ding, or demeched him I should say, so that the turret could just never be broken. It's tough to dive into a turret if you can't actually mitigate the damage.
Way. Are they actually going to do this?
Well, looks like it. I don't think this is going to be successful. However, if they can get onto the high ground, this is going to be a surprise. There's no way for
they have to wrap around the left side.
Yeah, they're probably going to have to go up on the left side up the staircase, but if they can get the high ground and kill Youngjin, this certainly could work.
Oh, they are looking forward here. Shot comes through from Youngjin. It's a big, actually huge value off that Helix rocket, 33%.
So does Repel, though. Trading the ult charge evenly.
Just spam it right back up. A big heal deny off that biotic grenade. Pokepo's gonna go low. Gets taken down. Another Helix rocket comes through. Youngjin finds the kill, and that's one way to shut it down. I mean, you still do have 3 more tanks ready to go, but now Element Mystic is in such an awkward position, wrapping around the backside of the point.
If you can't heal this composition, you can't win with it. They're going to commit the Coalescence.
Coalescence comes down, Coma goes down. They actually find the pick, but XC gets punished by the rockets there from Ding. A good trade back. They try to equalize this one. Youngjin pops attack visor, build that up very swiftly. Now, the Nano in on top of it, finds the double kill. Tries to burn down. Pokepo can't quite get him in the end.
So the usage of Coalescence here is not too egregious because they can kill, and it's really important that we mention that Sparkle's the last to die. The idea with this is they can build another Coalescence with just 2 swipes of the left click, and Sparkle is now, because of this, able to build a Graviton Surge. He's at 90%. That's why they committed that. They wanted him to have as much of a Graviton as he could.
Oh, man, he was just half a second away from having that 100% to take out the cake. Gets another chance at it, but still just can't quite find the headshot.
He's just throwing the tension away so that they don't get heal banned again by that grenade.
Oh, up into the tree, but Casey's right through this one. And XC, I think he might be dead to rights on this one. He will go down. Playing a bit too boldly, it would seem, as Roar goes low, pops the Primal Rage at the perfect time, and has so many members pinned into the corner, but he'll be pinned himself. Goes low, manages to stay alive, Coalescence comes through, Roar's gonna die, and everybody else manages to stick in the fight. Sparkle comes up with multiple off the backside of this push. Ding gonna get knocked out of the back, and KongDoo Panthera might just be losing out on Nubani right here. They dissuaded the first push coming through, but they can't stop the third attempt.
The Sparkle Graviton comes through. They're all in a choke point. They all eat all that damage, and the Biotic Grenade just comes a few seconds too late. Had they had that earlier, just like the first push, might have been different. Sparkle, man, he's grabs chest, man. He's feeling the pressure. Might be subbed out here again. He did his job on the Zarya. XE distracting on the Widow. They get into position. The first Coalescence allows the build of that Graviton, which got so much value there at the end. It wasn't shown on screen, and I can only assume the reason why they won the fight was that it didn't connect. We didn't actually have any visual confirmation of that as far as I could tell. But that was the whole crux of the push, is to build the Graviton with the first one with the Coalescence, to get the second one through. Well executed despite Luffy's best attempts with those bio grenades. And very well played. Panthera, man, it feels like adding insult to injury because this was their trademark. The Zarya, the triple tank, one against them here, obviously with their own flair with the Widow. But this is what KongDoo Panthera was strongest at when they played in the Team Story Cup. With this roster, the only data we have outside of their loss against Bellum is that data. They've been running these comps so often. They found so much success in Team Story, but now it's being used against them. And now they're 1 loss away from losing their second series. They came in as favorites for this tournament. Every single player that was interviewed said Panthera is the strongest team, Decay is the strongest player. That was consistent across all 12 teams, including Panthera. They said we were the best and Decay is the best. But I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it today. They're getting outplayed by one of our better up and rising stars. Element Mystic, I think, could be the royal roader to look out for this season.
They really are making that argument. Great start to the series here for Element Mystic. KongDoo Panthera backs against the wall. Let's see if they can go ahead and bounce back when we come back from our own break.